Now, what are the examples for high risk? Unahin natin dito sa taas, no? Kasama na diyan yung business, franchising, stocks, forex, crypto, and real estate. Now, business and franchising, why is it high risk? Kasi malaki naman talaga ang pera sa business and franchising. But statistically, here in the Philippines, 97% ng mga negosyo, it doesn't survive, doesn't thrive. No, 97% ng mga negosyo nagsasara or nalulugi. And only 3% of these businesses yung nagsusurvive and nagtathrive. Yung lumalagong negosyo, it's actually 3% lang. So if ikaw gusto mo mag-business, just be aware and alamin mo na yung possibility of getting rich is only 3%. 3% lang yung success and the failure rate statistically is 97%. Dito naman sa stocks, forex, crypto, actually madami pa to, no? There are actually indices, commodities, metals, and other assets na pwede mong i-trade. So we can consider this or categorize this as trading, no, manual trading, meaning ikaw mismo yung nagba-buy and sell ng asset. And why is this high risk? Again, here in not just in the Philippines but all over the world, statistically, the failure rate nito is 99.66%. That's why most people who enter stock investment, stock trading, forex trading, crypto trading, konti lang talaga yung kumikita, no? Most of the people nasusunugan. And the probably the reason for that is number one, they lack the knowledge on financial markets. Number two, wala silang experience on actually doing it. And number three, they don't actually have the time kasi yung ibang successful na mga traders, they're actually full-time doing this. And majority of those people na nagfe-fail dito, they're either students or people who are working full-time jobs. Yung iba naman are yung full-time sa pamilya or sa pag-aalaga ng mga bata. So they cannot actually trade at the same time, no? Ang daming factors why nasusunugan sila ng pera. But business, franchising, stock trading, 97 to 99%. No? So konti lang talaga yung nagsasucceed dito. And real estate, bakit siya naging high risk? If land is not the best investment, or it's probably, for me, land is the best investment. To some people, it's probably one of the best only. But for me, land or real estate is the best investment. Pero bakit siya naging high risk? If land is gonna be there forever, no? If yung value umaakyat lagi, bakit high risk? Simply because real estate is not that liquid. Meaning, yung building na tinatayuan mo ngayon, yung bahay na tinitirhan mo, yung kung saan ka nagtatrabaho, kung may condo ka naman, wherever property you are in right now, you cannot simply turn that into cash agad-agad, no? Yung lupa na tinatayuan ng building mo o yung bahay mo, bukas hindi mo naman kaya yan maging cash agad. You cannot easily liquidate it. It will take a lot of paperwork, no? May mga processes pa with the government in selling land or property. Kaya siya naging high risk because again, hindi siya liquid. No, hindi siya ganun ka-liquid yung real estate. That's why it's categorized as high risk. Now again, I'm not saying all of these statistics for you to feel bad about these investments, but for you to be aware of what's going on in the real world. And on top of that, again, this is one of my favorites because I get to earn the most amount of money at the shortest possible time with high-risk investment. Now, ito yung unang in-explain ko, but this is not the first investment that you're going to be needing. No? Kailangan mo ng foundation to protect you, to serve as a safety net for you to never run out of money, growth to actually secure your future when it comes to your finances, and high risk. Last na yung high risk. And to also share to you a story, or wag na lang, concept na lang, no? High risk, if meron yung high risk, if you don't have growth and foundation, if something happens to you, you will go back to zero or much worse, negative. Mababaon ka sa utang. Growth naman, what if meron kang growth, no? Wala kang high risk, wala kang foundation. Growth is 15 to 20 years. And within the 15 to 20 years, there's a high probability that there's an emergency or financial emergency or a family emergency or a personal emergency that you will be needing a large amount of money to pay for it. And wala ka namang high-risk ventures or investments, wala ka ring foundation assets, saan magagaling yung pera mo? Yung long-term mo na investment, maliliquidate lang din yung growth investments mo. That's why kailangan yung tatlo. Now, what if meron kang foundation, protected ka, pero wala kang growth and wala ka ring high risk? What happens is that you are safe, you are secure, but you will never be rich financially. No, protected ka lang, safe ka lang. Ito yung safe zone, yung foundation. So, when I say that, when I talk about the financial freedom pyramid and these three assets or investments, kailangan talaga yung tatlo.